Mic check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, 1, 2, 3, check, 1, 2, check. Good afternoon, everybody, and happy New Year's Day, and welcome inside Charles Moore Arena in Orleans. It is time for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Doubleheader on this New Year's Day. It's going to be, first off, Brookline versus Nauset. Hello, everybody. I'm Jim McKay, providing play-by-play for this one, and it's a Nauset team that's looking to find its way offensively. Only 3 goals in the first 4 games. And hoping to change things here today against Brookline. And starting in goal for Nauset today is freshman Kevin Wright. And so looking for memorable performance from him for his first varsity start. Teams line up, and we're going to have our starting lineups have already been announced. Now it's time for the national anthem. Wonderful rendition of the national anthem, and that's they are hoping up here. That's a good start to the game. Yeah, why not? National anthem can be a good preview of things to come, perhaps. I don't know. All I know is that it's New Year's Day, and I hope that you've made some semblance of a resolution, and we're going to stick with it. Have I? No. So that's why I'm hoping you will. Goaltender for Brookline today is going to be Gil Markham. I've done it again. I've forgotten as I continue to go through these new teams to find out what's the nickname of Brookline. Do we know?
Set the tempo, D.
Is it the Warriors? Looks like the Warriors. Yeah, looks like Warriors. Is it the Warriors versus the Warriors? Wow. All right. Well, that does not give me much incentive to say Warriors today. Which is all fine. Nauset versus Brookline. Here we are, underway. Thanks for being with us on Twitch via Twitter for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Brookline's got the red and blue jerseys here. And this man's going to step out in front and try and shoot it on goal. Can't do it. That's Grayson Badger. Way too many Nauset players in the way. Taken out to center by Ryan Redahan and got spun around a bit as it's played into the Brookline zone. Back out to center ice now. Nauset's the home team, of course, so they're wearing the home jerseys. Those are yellow and blue with the home white. And this is going to go down for icing. Next game of this New Year's Day doubleheader is going to be on the Upper Cape. So that'll be Brookline, that'll be Bourne rather, versus Greater New Bedford. It'll be tonight at 6 p.m. Face off in the Nauset zone, and Warriors of Nauset will control from the play around the end boards to the far side, kept in by Brookline. Takes an interesting bounce off the boards, and it'll be pounded along by Noah Clark near side, and it does find its way out to center ice. No score. We are 1 minute into the first period. And out the center from Nauset. Grabbed by number 10, Jacob Gurdon for Brookline. Then Nauset trying to get back in, but it's offside. What do you want to know about Brookline?
There you go, 93. Let's go.
We have one informational piece for you from them on the championship front. They lost to Barnstable, actually, in the 1991 State Championship Division 1. And off this face-off, it's brought right in front of Brookline net. Now Nauset moving it along, trying to set up here, and no camera movement really necessary. That's a kind of a force of habit. Once it gets to the far side, you won't see me move it much. Off the near side boards by Grayson Badger to the point, and it's funneled back deep. Colin Finnegan behind the net tries to center. Too many Nauset defenders in the way. And then Finnegan gets wedged off the puck. It's going to go just by the net. It was played along by Brookline's Rohan Gervais. The other way, it's going to be a slapper, and that one from Colin Underhill. The save was made by Gil Markham. The head coach for Brookline is Mike Yanovich, and he's in his third season. Former captain of UMass Boston in the 1990s. And he recently coached with the Boston University Junior Terriers program as well. Played out by Peyton Kender. Or at least out to the line, not out of the zone completely. And Brookline recontrolling, getting the check on him. Getting rid of it was Ellis Vish. Nauset tried far side, unable to get it out there. Right in front now, the puck is of the Nauset bench. A diving effort by the Brookline player to get that on net. It at least got deep. That was number 16, Aiden Chin. Now at the center ice now again. Brookline's had the more zone time to start off anyway, and the save is made by the Nauset goaltender on that long distance shot from Aiden Chin, and tested there was Kevin Wright, and he was able to make that save. Now puck into the Brookline zone.
Cover D! Cover!
Back out the center. Nauset controls Peyton Kender, dumps in from the neutral zone. A couple Nauset players go in for it. One of them spins it towards the net. Now is behind, gets overrun. That was Cam Taylor. Now a penalty has been spotted and will be called. An elbowing call. We're not governed by the FCC here. That's all good. Penalized player for Brookline is Jasper Reed. So Nauset goes on the first power play of the game. .11:41 remaining in the first. Here comes a player for Brookline to pass, and that one misses. The setup to Colin Finnegan from Grayson Badger went for naught.
Change!
Pass out the center, scooted ahead by Clayton Hussey. Right along the near side by Brookline, but Hussey gets it back and tries to spin away. It's out for the shot that's going to come in. And that one wouldn't go from Peyton Kender. And Brookline clears from there. Almost through the first 1/3 of this initial period of play.
Tight. On ya!
Also had trouble getting past the red line initially. Now it'll be grabbed on the rebound by Cooper McIntyre. The rebound effort. McIntyre slipping on through to the slot, backhanded. Stopped. Another one. Save made. McIntyre with a couple of chances there. And the save made by Gil Markham. At least one, I think two though. On this power play, it's down to 46 seconds. Good shift there from Cooper McIntyre. Right off the face-off and slap down the ice for Brookline. Go right on net. And so Kevin Wright had to play the puck for Nauset. Sam Weiner plays it as he took it to the near side from the far side. It's going to go back to Weiner from where he was. And Weiner afforded the space to make the pass out in the forehand. But shallow in the neutral zone, Rohan Gervais got it back for Brookline. And here is Brookline getting in with that shot from that very same man, Gervais, off the boards. Gervais. Brookline's back in. Man's dragging to the front. Doesn't actually get the shot off, backhand or forehand. That's Grayson Badger.
Even!
Shot wide from the point by Jack O'Brien. And we're back to even strength. 9.5 minutes remaining in the first period. For Nauset, this is Cooper McIntyre. Stops as he entered the zone and then got hit into the boards. And Brookline able to force it back out. And now they're going to get called for icing, I think. Yes, sir. No score here. Some good effort there from Nauset on the man advantage, spending some time in the offensive zone, which they needed because the start of this game was a lot of Brookline time, forcing Nauset to play defense. A shot, I think, was just on goal from a below the goal line situation. Nauset not able to do anything beyond that. Now this puck played along through the neutral, for the Nauset zone, I should say, and a bad angle shot the other way. Kevin Wright was ready for it. That came from just about the far wall.
Center.
Off of the stick of, this is number 5, Stephen McDougall for Brookline. McDougall watches as his puck is sent out from a teammate, splitting the D and forcing Brookline to go all the way back, and that's a free change for Nauset with no worries. And now 8.5 minutes remaining in the first period. No score. Puck taken in neutral. Man tries to get around as Ryan Renahan slowed down a little bit. Renahan still in pursuit, tries to get a shot on goal, but Brookline's on him pretty well. Now so he wrap around try. That one wouldn't go from Nick Silva. And then a couple of number 17s just came together. Meanwhile, this shot is blocked. 17, Peyton Pender got hit at the point as he let it go deep from Emmett. Emmett Tian was the one that hit him. Now for Brookline, Eli Bach had a man closing on him. Just got rid of it through center. Nick Silva slaps it. Goes well wide. Reaching for it was Gil Markham, but not able to get out the goaltender for Brookline as it was played by his skaters. And backhand along through the neutral zone by Rohan Gervais to the far side for Nauset to try and play it out. And man, misses was Cam Taylor, and Brookline got a good chance out of that. Here's a give up. That save was made a moment ago. Now another one's going to be made on this shot that comes in from Grayson Badger. Kevin Wright is having a strong first period. Game's being brought to you by Cape Cod Refrigeration, Heat and AC, specializing in Mitsubishi ductless systems, family owned and operated since 1996, serving Provincetown, Truro, Wellfleet, East Ham, and Orleans. Call them at 508-349-5821 or visit CapeCodRefrigeration.com. Man gets around well. Here's Vish for Brookline, sends it to the far side, and man closes in. That's Roberts for Nauset. Brookline still able to control the puck from a high spot and played down low. Shoveled around by Ethan Keeney and out to center for Nauset. But man pursuing, not going to get there in time is Cooper McIntyre. That's going to allow Brookline to get back in. And the man with the puck here is Fish. Gets it on net. Save is made by Wright. And it's cleared by Cooper McIntyre. Wright's been certainly busy for Nauset here in the first period. This man Vish again, he's getting the puck through Nauset players, and Vish just going to play it back deep And Nauset's going to change here as it was played back by Brookline into its own zone. This is a keep in at the line by Colin Underhill. Nauset will play to the near side. And getting there and trying to whack it on was Logan Valine. Valine will pursue again. Valine gets hit hard. And in front, Brookline gets the clear. And here's a breakaway. And a score. Grayson Badger gets it through Kevin Wright. And it's 1-0 Brookline.
Take it off, take it off. Come on, boys, keep working.
Not a clear-cut breakaway there. Cam Taylor tried to get back, and that certainly made it a degree bit more difficult for Grayson Badger. .5:35 remaining in the first period. First goal of the game comes from Brookline.
Brookline goal scored by Grayson Badger, assisted by number 22,
Couldn't hear who that assist was for. Here's Badger again, deals it in front. Nick Silva got the puck on his stick, and then he collided on the near side half wall with Rohan Gervais. Passed out to center by Sam Weiner.
Peter, getting deep.
This is broken up by Brookline. Weiner has a man coming in on him, and he gives it on to Ethan Keeney. And now ahead, Nick Silva turns it over. Ryan Redahan backhands this pass, and that goes cleanly to Keeney. And ahead for Silva, who's got a Brookline player in front of him. And Brookline tried to pass it to a headman, but Braden Lewis unable to get ahead for a shot. And now at the blue line on taking advantage of some confusion, but then shooting it off the end boards. The glass was Caleb Weldon. This will go down deep into the Nauset, into the Brookline zone, I should say, with 4 minutes and change remaining here in the first. We're checking pressure from Nauset, but Brookline still gets it out. And the man's going to go wide here. And that's 17 on 17 again. Playing it out in front was Emmett Tian, as guarding him was Peyton Kender. Kender will air this one out to center, and this will roll favorably for Nauset. Just as far as not going for icing. They're able to put a little bit of pressure on, but Brookline through center, off the boards. Man's going to grab this. He's going to get partially by a check, and he's going to throw it out in front. And Kevin Wright puts the goal stick out to disrupt that. Throwing that puck out in front for Brookline was Stephen McDougall. 3.5 minutes to go in the first period. Chipped ahead. McIntyre couldn't get further ahead. Backhand along by Dan Deering to the near side. Racing for this is Jasper Reed. He had a man on him for Brookline, able to get through center ice though, and now it's going to be back for Reed, just as Brookline's able to control here. And now a turnover to Nauset, shallow in their own zone, backhanded out the center by Logan Valine. Well, Brookline D-to-D pass as they get through that scare. And now it's back Noah Clark in his own zone, bonks it off the near side boards, down the ice, no icing. 2:40 to go in the first. And also passive forecheck. Thrown ahead. Some confusion, and that slowed down Brookline to get in, trying to avoid the offside. Skating it away is Dan Deering, but he has trouble getting past the blue line. Gone a while without a whistle now here in this first. Grabbing this is Rohan Gervais. He'll pass, and the man unable to get ahead thanks to the defense from Ethan Keeney was Colin Finnegan. Shot missing from Finnegan. And on the far side now, past along and thrown out in front. Nobody there for Brookline. Keeney takes it on the turnover and thrown ahead to neutral for Valine. Logan Valine is going to head back for line change. 1:40 to go in the first. We're going to get down to the buzzer before you know it. Grayson Badger couldn't step through. Ryan Redahan gets it ahead. This is Nick Silva. Silva loses it. There's a man entering back now for Brookline, but he's one versus more than him. And there was another player in somewhat support for Brookline, but he really wasn't a factor there. It's going to be passed out in front by Ellis Fish. Nauset's got that settled, and now maybe a 2-on-1, but it does not work out. 1:05 to go in the first. Are we going to get another whistle before the end of the first period? I don't know. Several players on the puck right below us in the Nauset zone. Also, a Brookline player rather trips up on his own accord.
Give him some help, Noah! Give him some help! Help him, Noah!
Physical puck battles happening here. Here comes a slapper, and Wright makes the save. On that shot from the point. Hard to read these numbers for Brookline a little bit. And I'll get them eventually. Maybe.
Stay with it!
It's going to be sent down. No icing. Couldn't tell who shot that for Brookline. It's over now. This is onside just barely. Just 10 seconds left in the first. We might not have another whistle.
Good, Austin. Go!
Just seconds left. And Nauset won't get another shot on goal. And it's 1-0 Brookline after one period of play on this Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. Chris Hernandez gets the only goal of this one. So at the end of this period, let me tell you that this game is being brought to you by Siemens Bank, Cape Cod's first community bank since 1851. Siemens Bank has continued their commitment to the community. 5 branches from East Ham to Provincetown. Siemens Bank is highly regarded for its community involvement and support with local schools, businesses, and nonprofit organizations through its charitable foundation. Siemens Bank would like to wish the Nauset Warriors a great season. Also being brought to you by Agway of Cape Cod, locally owned, family operated, serving the Cape, for over 25 years with lawn, garden, wild bird, and pet supplies. Visit 3 Agway locations in Orleans, Dennis, and Chatham online at agwaycapecod.com. We'll take a break and have the second period for you in just a little bit as it's Brookline versus Nauset. 1-0 Brookline. Welcome back, everybody, for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. This New Year's Day doubleheader, and we are on the Outer Cape. Lower Cape, Outer Cape, I always forget where Orleans stands on that. But anyway, we're here at Charles Moore Arena. Daytime, it's a little unsettling. Normally I'm here at night. But we are here in our first afternoon of the decade, 2020. And it's 1-0 Brookline after one period of play. A large hit that just featured Ryan Redahan and Stephen McDougall. And then as I tracked that all down, there was a whistle. Penalty coming up here. Penalty's been called here against Brookline, Zach Cohen. And that puts Nauset on its second power play of the game. See if they can build off the momentum of that big hit from Ryan Redahan just a moment ago. That was a knocker. Unable to be cleared by Brookline. Noah Clark's shot knocked down. Oh! Save made. A piece of that was gotten by Markman, the goaltender, and then it got the post as well. What a chance there for Dan Deering. My goodness. What a save for Markman. Gil Markman. I called him Markham in the first period. I'm sorry about that. It's Markman. Grayson Badger for Brookline will get through center ice. Badger's got plenty of space, actually. He's put on the brakes now. And Badger kills a little bit more time off his penalty. And there's a man deep for Brookline, but he is not a threat. Plenty of time for Nauset to get out into the neutral zone. Power play is about halfway over. Here's Noah Clark, stops, shoots.
Nice shot,
Markman, the save.
That's all right.
And no rebound given up. A little less adventurous than that last save he just made. He did get a piece of that throwing the glove up, and then it just clipped the post on that shot a little bit ago by Dan Deering. Easily best chance of the game for Nauset so far. Bonks off Noah Clark at the point. Nauset's going to have to reset at center ice. Eli Bach can't get it all the way down for Brookline. Good grab here by Peyton Kenner and thrown ahead. This will be a chase. And it's going to be icing against Nauset. Goal in the first period from Chris Hernandez. I went through the Brookline Twitter earlier, and they do a pretty good job of updating their site, but they don't have the complete stats, so I didn't want to give you anything that's wrong. And this pass will go onside. Cooper McIntyre will go wide and then push it to the point. It's right back to McIntyre. McIntyre makes his defender fall. McIntyre will try and center, but the good defensive effort there, and then it's whacked down the ice by Eli Bach. That good block there from Jack O'Brien. Power play down to 10 seconds. And Nauset from deep in his own zone, but here's a turnover. Score. It is Badger again. Grayson Badger has scored for this team this season and has done so again here shorthanded.
Keep it up.
And that comes with 6 seconds left on the power play. Oh, Grayson Badger, I guess doing what Badgers do, I don't know. I don't watch enough of the Nature Channel, but he was hanging around in the offensive zone shorthanded on the penalty kill and was able to pick that one off and get the goal. Badger shoots. That's a save made by Kevin Wright, deflects out of play. All right, Nauset needs a big answer here, down 2-0. And that power play started off pretty good. That huge save from Markman kept things in favor of Brookline, and then on the other things, a little bit later there, it's Brookline getting the goal. That's how it goes so many times. Goalie makes a big save, and then not too soon after that, you might be able to respond in a positive way. This will be a slap pass out the center. And moving ahead is Ryan Redahan on the wing. Redahan shoots it. Save is made. And Redahan gets impressively to the rebound. Won't get a second shot on goal. Then grabbing it for a second after that was Pete Murphy. But now it's going to be taken the other way by Emmett Tian. Tian, a long distance shot, and that one's not a bother for Kevin Wright. Also, player just went crashing on top of a Brookline player. That was Ryan Redahan. Couldn't see who that was from Brookline. Here comes a shot. Oh, and that clips a little bit of metal from Braden Lewis. They're out by Nauset. And the home Warriors versus the road Warriors. With apologies to the actual phrase road Warriors. Continue battling here. It's going to be an icing call as Emmett Tian sent it all the way down. 2-0 Nauset. Number 7 and number 8 have scored for Brookline. It's Chris Hernandez and Grayson Badger. See, even though I'm not saying Warriors, I'm still eliciting confusion for me, I guess. Grab the neutral zone out of his shoes there. Hayden Chen spin around, and the effort to dump it in was a little less than routine there. Back out the center, but it's sent back in, and then back out by Nauset. From the blue line, Zach Roberts sends it deep. Trying to grab that one unsuccessfully was Cooper McIntyre. It was carried up the far side by Grayson Badger. Nauset gets the clear. Out the center, pushed ahead. Here's Clayton Hussey. Shot save made by Gil Markman. And also getting an offensive zone draw out of this.
Come on, Colin, let's go. Bear down here.
We played 4 minutes, 36 seconds of this second period. And off this face-off, it's going to be shot just wide of the net by Dan Deering. Man couldn't keep it in, and this is going to be a big chance. And not able to bury that one was Ellis Fish. On almost a 2-on-0. And Nauset respond after they survived that. Couldn't see if that one went on goal. I don't think it did. From Fish. Shot from the point. Knocked down. Pass. And Deering almost got that quickly to Colin Underhill. Now, man gets stood up. Grayson Badger won't be denied completely here, at least to get it to the slot. I'm sorry if earlier I said Ellis Fish and it was Badger. I think it was Fish. And the numbers are a little hard on the Brookline team. 9 kind of looks like 8, as far as I'm concerned. There's a slapper. That's blocked. Slap out the center. Dan Deering couldn't grab it off the Brookline player in the neutral zone. Jasper Reed will send it in. Noah Clark's got time. And he will elevator that one. And that will bounce. And this could work out for Nauset. And it's going to be a race. Not getting to that first is Deering. And so he slapped the other way. And Kevin Wright has multiple Brookline players coming. Able to clear it out the center. And then pushing his man off is Ryan Redahan. And now losing it as he tried to advance in advantage there was Pete Murphy. And it's a track race now as Zach Cohn goes the other way. Slapper! And that one hits the glass. So everybody needs to catch their breath for just a second here. Back out to the neutral zone. Played back to his defense teammate by Ethan Keeney. And Nauset finds the way to center. And now Ryan Redahan, he was neutralized. He'll just shoot it, and it'll flip off the end boards. It's now sitting there on the back of the net, and they're not going to get it off in time before the whistle blows. This game is being brought to you by Cape Cod Refrigeration, Heat and AC. If you need service for your commercial refrigeration or need to install or upgrade your residential or commercial air conditioning system, call them today at 508-349-5821 or visit capecodrefrigeration.com. Play along deep in the Nauset zone. It goes back. Here comes a slapper. White makes the save, and there's a rebound in front. Jamming away for it. That shot initially came in from Jasper Reed, who can really shoot the puck, and now it's going to be covered by Wright. And they'll drop the puck in the Nauset zone. Off the boards from Nauset and out the center. And now, here comes a man shooting for Nauset. That was Cooper McIntyre. The save was made by the Brookline goaltender. Out to the right point. Now, left point, and man disrupted was Ethan Keeney. And Brookline's going to use the speed to get back the other way. Shoot it right. Makes the save on that shot. From Brookline's number 16, Aiden Chin. And this game's also being brought to you by Siemens Bank, Cape Cod's first community bank. Siemens partners with great organizations like the Cape Cod Children's Place to support local families to make a better life here on the Cape. Please go to their website, siemensbank.com, to learn what Siemens may be able to do for you and your family. And they say, let's go Warriors. False start here in the Nauset zone. 7:20 to go now. And the second, 2-0 to score. The latest goal here from Brookline in the second period is from Grayson Badger. Face-off win for Brookline. Shot, knocked down. Right, looked to have gotten a piece of that. The goaltender for Nauset. Going to be a backhander out in front that just misses. From Rohan Gervais. Now it's hooked out to the point, and Nauset player reads that well to at least get it out the center before it's played back in. That was Murphy. Nauset's going to have space to skate out the center. How much farther will they get? Well, that's been answered here by Brookline as they brought it back in. And this pass was spun out in front, but no further shot on goal from Brookline for now. Pass to behind the net. Gotten out in front, and Nauset able to disrupt this a little bit, and then the puck is out the center. Man couldn't keep it in at the point for Brookline.
Oh, interference! Interference!
Pass ahead for Redahan, but there were Brookline players in front of him. And now Noah Clark will try and spin it out, couldn't do it. Comes a backhander, set up in front, Wright gets over.
Go get it!
To stop Emmett Tien. Tien had some space to tuck that in, Wright stuck with it. And that allows me that whistle to tell you this game's also being brought to you by Agway of Cape Cod, your local source for your pet food and supplies you need to keep your four-legged family members happy and healthy in this new year. Visit Agway in Orleans, Dennis, and Chatham, and online at agwaycapecod.com. Less than 6 minutes to go here now in the second period. Nauset's kept us to a 2-0 deficit. Some good goaltending both ways. Importantly for Nauset, the goaltender varsity debut freshman Kevin Wright is playing well to keep his team in it. Nauset's getting chances, trying to crack Gil Markman, the solid goaltender for Brookline. Face-off win would go a long way here for Nauset. It's tied up in the dot. Eventually it is, though, going to be controlled by Brookline, but the man doesn't clear. And it's going to be a turnover, but unable to center that one after initiating the contact was Clayton Hussey. Not able to get to him was McIntyre. Angle off the far side boards, and Brookline's got players that just read plays well. This is 16 Chin who brings it in. He'll pass. Oscar make that Lindblom for Brookline. Couldn't do anything at the point. Pass out front. What a save! You have no power here, says Phil Markman on that pass in front. Wow. To McIntyre that was.
Nice save, goalie. That's going to be on NHL Network tonight. 7:53 p.m. Set your DVR.
Stoppage here, 4:42 to go in the second. They're trying to get in ahead of the Brookline goaltender down on this end of the ice. They get the second period to do that. And for the first and third, he'll be down on the other end. There is no denying that was a fantastic save from Kill Markman on what should have been a short goal. What a setup that was. McIntyre from, I believe that was Hussey that set him up. Their shot comes in from Clark, mess in front. Dan Deering scoots it out in front and almost able to tip that one home was Nick Silva. Clark passes, Ryan Redahan advances, Redahan shoots, save is made, Markman, it's there, loose, still loose, finally, maybe no, it's still loose somehow, they have not blown the whistle. Where is that puck? Finally the whistle. For what must have seemed like an absolute eternity for Gil Markman. And you could see for a while there, no, and that was a good call from the referee. The puck was still loose. About the same time we lost it, sight of it, is when they blew the whistle, so we've got the same line of vision up here. I don't know, but referee right on top of that, and you could just barely see the puck moving around there in the crease. Nauset almost able to bang that in. They win this face-off, and Markman makes a save on the wrister from Peyton Kender. This is a power play, by the way, for Brookline. I'm sorry I missed that. And it'll be cleared down the ice. I didn't hear the announcement. Can't see who that is in the box for Brookline. Brookline Warriors are going to break some time off this power play for the Nauset Warriors, and it's going to be cleared down. This is the third power play of the game for Nauset. Dish to McIntyre. McIntyre has the head on the swivel, and he's going to pass. Noah Clark will collect this, and he'll distribute it to Cam Taylor. Back to Noah Clark. Clark will step in, shoot, that's blocked. It's going to work as a perfect pass for the slapper that tips in front from Peyton Kender and goes wide. McIntyre with 20 seconds left on the power play, passes it out into the skates of Kender. He's calm, and he'll pass to Clayton Hussey. Near side, Clark urged to shoot. He does! Off the glass, bounces right out. Peyton Kender will take it deep. Kender with 5 seconds left in the power play. Kender's cautious. He'll pass it to Clark. He'll rip, and that one off the base of the post and stays out. And it'll be cleared out of the zone by Aiden Chin. I feel like it's a matter of time here before Nauset's going to solve things. As their offense is getting stronger in this first period. Look, it's no secret Nauset's offense has struggled. 3 goals in the first 4 games. I mentioned that in the pregame, but it's gotten stronger looking as this second period has moved along. That power play certainly looked impressive. But it remains 2-0. this face-off. It is going to stay there right on the blue line. And Nauset player gets blown up, and that's going to be a power play for Nauset. Unable to believe it is Jasper Reed as he launched into Hayden Boucher. Right there in front of the Nauset bench. Nauset's going to go back on the power play for the 4th time in this game. Face-off win for Nauset, but too much vinegar on that pass at the point. And the man who scored a shorthanded goal here is going to pass it over Grayson Badger. And that one doesn't go cleanly, and you thought maybe that was going to be a oh no situation for Nauset. You see the big crowd here at Charles Moore Arena, and they're waiting for something to cheer about in this one. It's going to be brought in, a little drag there. It's going to go on over, and now in front for Cam Taylor, but he couldn't get it cleanly. Now the shot's going to come in from the far side by Clayton Hussey. Save was made by Gil Markman. There's a little bit of a conference in front.
I know his name.
29 seconds left in the power play, ticked off the power play, I should say, here for Nauset. Less than 90 seconds remaining in the second period. This power play is going a little bit sluggish for Nauset so far. Gliding along the line, kept in for a moment there by Eli Bach. Nauset will skate out through center. Peyton Kendra will take it near side. Get it back and almost able to grab that there in advance was Cooper McIntyre, but flushed out by Rowan Gervais. Less than a minute to go in the period and the power play. Kender loses it. Eli Bach played it through the neutral zone. And Clayton Hussey steps in. Hussey has it checked off his stick again by Bach, who's having a great penalty kill shift, and it's cleared down. And just 10 seconds left on the power play. And only about 10 seconds more than that left in the period. Well, Nauset's had chances in this period, but they might be skating into the locker room still with nothing to show for it. Let's see what happens here as this puck is tipped in to the scorer's table area by the Brookline player, and I don't know. I think they're going to put this face off in neutral, and with 4 seconds left even in the second, that might do it for the period. If Nauset can win the face off cleanly, we'll see. They're going to face off right at center ice. And actually, it was one more chance the other way for Ellis Vish. Brookline there got that shot, didn't go on goal, and then the buzzer sounded. 2-0 after 2 periods of play. Brookline adds one more on the score from Grayson Badger. And we'll take a break here. The Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week will continue after this. Welcome back. Here at Charles Moore Arena in Orleans. 2-0. The score, Brookline leads Nauset in this Cape Cod High School hockey game of the week. Goals in this one will come from Chris Hernandez and Grayson Badger. Nauset's 0 for 4 on the power play. That's been a bit of a storyline here, despite the good chances that they've had. Great goaltending in this one from both ends. Kevin Wright in his first varsity game for Nauset versus Gil Markman, who's had a great game and at least one highlight reel save in this one. So let's see. Can Nauset get a couple goals scored here? Play out in front, reaching for this one is Ryan Redahan. Brookline able to get it out to center, now across the offensive blue line. Shot, and that one from Ellis Vish. Save is made by Kevin Wright. And players come together a little bit here. And you hear the officials try to settle everybody down. We're just 32 seconds into the third period. It's a face-off win in the offensive zone for Brookline. Played from the end boards by Zach Roberts. Going on the near side, Brookline's got the means to keep it in. Roberts again, far side this time, grabbed on the half wall by Clayton Hussey and gotten out to center by Nauset, but pounded back in from the red line from the man heading off for the change. That's Zach Cohen. Now a stoppage. Well, the neutral zone draw here. Missed that one. Back to action. Cam Taylor bringing it in for Nauset. Here comes a shot. Save is made by Markman on the attempt by Clayton Hussey. Backhanded along by Roberts for Nauset. Brookline clears it out to center. Ethan Keeney passing it across. Zach Roberts playing it through neutral. But it's brought back into the offensive zone by Brookline. And here's a slapper that's going to miss well wide by Braden Lewis. Nauset will get new players out there, so that'll free up some space for Brookline to get it through neutral. This pass turning with this one, Eli Bach sending it ahead. And now filters on further. The backhander that's going to come in from Colin Finnegan with the man setting up for a screen, Grayson Badger, and they couldn't quite get that one to go well for them. Nick Silva almost was in by himself. Couldn't beat that final man. An awesome player goes down here, and they're going to blow the whistle. Is this a penalty or just an injury timeout for Ryan Redahan?
Stay calm, stay calm.
Not sure. We're going to find out here in a second. Nope, just I guess an injury timeout. So Redahan goes and takes a seat, and it gets warmer in here. It got cold in here instantly when they kept that Zamboni door open on the other end of the Charles Moore Arena. I'm just complaining. And a save is made by Kevin Wright on that hard wrister that came in from Grayson Badger. Badger's going to wrap it, and not sure if Wright got a piece of that. There were several Nauset defenders in there. Big collision in front of some fans. Grayson Badger and Nick Silva, and now we've got a stoppage. Hey, if you're watching multiple hockey games today, and I hope this is one of them, but also you got the outdoor game, and I got a glimpse of that during the intermission. Nashville and Dallas, 2-0. The score, Nashville leads Dallas at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and that's a good scene, man. Packed house at Cotton Bowl. It's the mid-50s in Dallas today. A lot of Nashville Predators fans there that are celebrating their team's success. And I gotta ask the question: why didn't they put that one on the schedule years ago. And I'm sure Bruins fans love the incessant number of outdoor games they've gotten, but gotta put some of the other teams on the schedule. Finally, Dallas and Nashville getting to play that outdoor game today. Not just the Bruins, by the way. It's been since the beginning of the NHL outdoor game, almost a decade ago. It's been basically the same teams. And Markman's gonna glove this one. Puck hanging around the net. It's going to be the clear out the center for Brookline, and they're quickly in. And this pass is going to go on. Now a further one, and running out of room was Braden Lewis. And his number 2 counterpart plays it out. That's Cam Taylor. Zach Cohen from behind his net played it out. And Nauset's going to keep this in. And it's going to grab it for Brookline and skate through neutral. That's Zach Cohen. Cohen shoots. Save is made by Kevin Wright. And we're just about 4 minutes into this third period. Not sure how many shots on goal we had through 2 periods. Somebody up here might. I don't know if I'll get that answer though. Puck pops up. Dan Gearing couldn't step ahead. Brookline's back in. Pass to the slot. Shot. Wright makes the save. Had a man right on top of him for Brookline. That shooter was Gervais.
Come on, Colin, bear down.
I mean, Wright had a man directly in front of him, obstructing his line of vision at a minimum. And now Wright makes another save on the chance in front. And maybe one more, yes. Colin Finnegan and then Rohan Gervais were the victims there. Out the center by Nauset. Briefly crossed the blue line, but Nauset will try and step the other way, and this will be declared offside. With 10 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in this third period, and the penalties coming up here to Brookline. And this is going to be the 5th power play of the game for Nauset. This penalized player is Jack O'Brien. All right, here we go. Taking this face-off will be Cam Taylor. His fellow forwards on this power play, Clayton Hussey, Cooper McIntyre, and the point men are going to be Peyton Kender and Noah Clark. This pass for Hussey. Hussey has the play read, and the Brookline player will clear. Wright plays it with the goal stick. And quickly, it's worked on out the center, and this is Kender going on the wing. Kender stops, tries to pass it. There's Brookline penalty killers there.
Way over! Way over!
The puck in the Nauset zone. Peyton Kender will just flush it along and picked up by Hussey. And out the center. And now this is too far for an Nauset player. That'll be Jasper Reed offloading it. Off a Nauset player. Looked like it's going to be grabbed by Ryan Redahan. Redahan will flip it. And here comes a shot. That one knocked down in front. That one taken by Clark, who's going to hammer again. And that one wouldn't go. And it's cleared by Brookline.
Coming! On!
Jamming it near side boards is Ethan Keeney.
Right!
We'll go back to him. Keeney. Pass that's too far for the reach of Pete Murphy. And down this will be icing on Nauset. 32 seconds left in the power play for the Nauset Warriors. Face-off win for Nauset in their own zone. Nick Silva will lug it ahead. Nick Silva can't blow through the Brookline defenders, and one of them is going to turn on to offense here and shoot it, and that's off the outside of the net from Rohan Gervais. We're going to go short side, stick side on Kevin Wright. Pass by Keeney, and quickly from Silva to Redahan. And Redahan was slowed down. This puck's going to go into the Brookline zone. Pressure, Redahan makes the check that loosened the puck, but then it was poked along by the goal stick of Markman. And from there, Brookline got it out of their zone. Big collision between Ryan Redahan and Stefan McDougall, I should say. Now 13, Zach Cohen for Brookline plays it off the near side boards. And off the near side boards once again, shoveled back the other way by Ethan Keeney. And now this will be taken, and this is going to be Dan Deering. And Brookline gets caught back up to Deering before he could step in on goal for the quality chance. And we are back to even strength now, less than 8 minutes remaining here in the third period. Jim McCabe here with you on Twitch via Twitter for the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. 2-0 the score. Nauset trails Brookline on this New Year's Day matchup. Hernandez and Badger are the goal scorers for Brookline. Played away from pressure by Zach Roberts. And Nauset's got to go backwards here to work this out. And Dan Deering played it right in front. This will be a turnover. Not getting that one on net was Emmett Tien. And cleared down by Nauset, and this is going to be icing on them. This game is being brought to you by Cape Cod Refrigeration. Heat and AC. Call 508-349-5821 today for a free quote for a new Mitsubishi ductless air conditioning and heat system. They are certified preferred diamond dealers for Mitsubishi and can take care of all your needs. And this game is also being brought to you by Siemens Bank, Cape Cod's first community bank, serving the Lower Cape communities from Provincetown to Brewster by providing loans for first-time home buyers or anyone starting a new business. They continue to be the quintessential community institution. Please like them on Facebook and Instagram or go to their website to learn more. Brookline with the puck in the offensive zone, trying to chip it out in front. It's going to wind up bouncing right to right. And finally, this one's brought to you by Agway of Cape Cod. Greenhouse is now open year-round and stocked with beautiful and easy-to-care-for houseplants, as well as great unique gifts. Visit Agway in Orleans, Dennis, and Chatham, and online at agwaycapecod.com. 6:40 to go in the third. Nauset needs 2 to tie. Flipped out to center by Noah Clark.
Thank you.
They do blow this play dead for offsides.
Well, White Heat, let's go!
Pivoting with this one is Ellis Vish. And Vish does not get the red line, but it doesn't matter. It goes off the stick of Ethan Keeney for Nauset, and who has to go back and get it. Keeney will pass.
Go!
And turning away from the pressure is Cooper McIntyre. Finds some vacant space on the far side, but that's quickly closed. Stefan McDougall is in there for Brookline. Squirts free. Brookline continues to keep in, and the shoot and miss from Aiden Chin. Another one comes in. That one won't go on goal from Chin. And getting it in from the red line to the Brookline zone is Cooper McIntyre. Nauset sends new players out onto the ice. Now this pass for a man that's a little bit open on the wing. That openness might not be fully all the way to the net. He did get a shot off though, and Emmett Tian may have clipped the base of the outside of the post on the glove side of Nauset goaltender Kevin Wright. This one's going to deflect in front and now go below us. And Nick Silva gets in there with aggression. And Ethan Keeney gets it out to center for Nauset. So Nauset Warriors have 5 minutes left in this one to get 2 goals. That's how many they need to tie. And it's brought in, and they say offside, and that one was close. .57 remaining in the third. Poked ahead. Nick Silva couldn't step past the red line. Brookline's got to fiddle around here to prevent the offside. Getting in to the Nauset zone now. Nick Silva can't get it out near side. Man kept it in, makes the move to try and get it on goal before getting some contact. There was Jack O'Brien, courtesy of Ryan Redahan, and forced out the center once again by the Nauset Warriors. It's going to be a setup right with that slot shot save on Rohan Gervais.
Come on, Colin, focus! Win a face off, let's go! Noah, switch the pace!
As trying to pass to his teammate there was Colin Underhill, and was taken there for the shot. 3:56 remaining in the third period. Face-off win for Brookline. Shot missing. It's going to be Underhill for Nauset playing it near side. Brookline's keeping it in the zone a lot now. And that could spell trouble for Nauset. 3.5 to go in the third. Cycle game for Brookline. Passed out in front, kick save right on that shot from number 26. Did I see that right? Do I have number 26 on there? Yeah. I'll get back to you on that. 3 minutes and change, still plenty of time for Nauset. But they haven't spent a lot of time in the offensive zone. Brookline just keeping it in. And this is going to be Zach Cohen getting the gate for the hit on Hayden Boucher. They blow that play dead immediately. And the man is up now for Nauset. He's getting back on his own powers. McIntyre, let's see what we get here. Oh, they give him 5. No, they're not. They're just going to give him 2. There's 2:56 remaining, so in essence, it would be a 2-minute 56-second power play, but nonetheless, it's a power play for Nauset. Let's not undersell that. It's their 6th, but they have not yet scored. Now we're going to get a timeout get called here. Timeout called, and we'll reset things here. The 2 goals scored Chris Hernandez and Grayson Badger. Goals scored in the first and the second period. Nauset is hoping for success on the power play on the sixth try. Would get them to within one, still with 2:56 to go. And a reminder that the next game coming up is Greater New Bedford at Bourne. I'll be heading off to Gallo Arena for that, and that's 6 p.m. tonight. And keep an eye on my Twitter, Jim_McCabe_40, MCCA by Gabe Lincoln, if you want to watch for that one. Just to give you the schedule so far, because I haven't done that. Nauset tied Mashpee Monomoy in game 1, 1-1. They beat Stoughton Brockton 2-0, and then lost to Dennis Yarmouth 1-0, and Wareham Carver 3-0. That's 4 games so far. Brookline, meanwhile, has played 6. They were 5-2 winners against Quincy, lost to Braintree 2-0, blasted Middleborough 9-1, beat Newton North 4-1, and Middleborough Union in Vermont 2-1 as part of a tournament, and then they lost to Stowe, Vermont 6-2. That was part of a tournament that took place up in Vermont. Nauset starts off with the power play having to go back for the puck in their own zone. And with a big hit there, Colin Finnegan was hoping to take it away, unable to do so. But Nauset's unable to get it past the blue line at this point. Now it is sent in, but it'll be Brookline getting it and possession. Unable to clear at this point, trying to harass his man for it back was Cam Taylor. And now this short-handed man's going to go right to the net, and Wright makes the save on Badger again. Now another one comes in, and Wright's got that as well. And Kevin Wright absolutely has been #1 star of this game for Nauset so far. Grayson Badger.
Don't give up after that first move. Stay on him.
What more can you say? And that follow-up shot, by the way, came in from Colin Finnegan. Badger's been a real offensive force for this Brookline player, Brookline team. He has been the player. Brought in by Noah Clark. Clark along the near side. Clark's thinking about taking it deep. The man's right on there for Brookline. Unable to clear. It's passed by Clayton Hussey. Here comes a slapper that misses. And came out there. A shot from Kender. Now Clark from the near side. That one won't go. Less than 100 seconds remaining in the game. Here comes the one-timer. And that one, can't tell. Markman may have gotten that. May have clipped the post on that shot from Kender. And there goes Kevin Wright to the bench for the extra skater for Nauset. So here we go. And Ryan Redahan with a collision to prevent the man advancing for Brookline. That was Vish. Nauset's in. And that's going to be whacked. And bingo. Wow, I can't tell you who scored that, but that was a shot from almost down at the Brookline goal line. What luck for that shot that was taken, and it's going to be 3-0 Brookline leads. And down to 9 seconds on the power play. .104 to go in the third period. See if they announce that goal. I just wasn't able to read it. It's Grayson Badger, of course. Badger with his second. What a shot there from Grayson Badger from a very long distance. Well, less than a minute to go here in the third period. It appears as if Brookline's going to pick up this win. And also still has time to get some momentum to go to the next game with a possible goal here. And it hasn't been for a lack of chances for Nauset here today. Some good goaltending by Markman in the first and the second periods. And Brookline has spent a lot of time in the offensive zone in this third, and that's negated really any need for Markman to have to come up big here in the third. Now this Nauset player has been sent down to the ice. I don't think this is going to be a penalty though, just another injury whistle. Can't tell you who that is. Ryan Redahan. Still down there. Trainer's attending to him. This comes with 19.6 seconds left in the third period. Got very quiet in here. Redahan's on his back. I've seen a little bit of movement. Everybody's just hoping that he's okay. You can just about hear a pin drop in this place right now. And there he goes. He's now sitting up. That's a good sign. There he goes. He's up. Again, this wasn't a penalty. In fact, you see maybe the puck that's sitting there in the neutral zone for them to drop this. Might be our final face-off of the game. Again, can't say enough about Kevin Wright and the performance he's had in goal for Nauset today. Certainly has kept his team in it with the 2 goals given up. Great performance here in his varsity debut. Nauset's offense is going to continue to struggle here at the end of this one. And they're going to try. Again, I mentioned the schedule, only 4 games played, and obviously Brookline, others have played more. So it may just be a matter of more games equals more rhythm. We'll see. We'll be back on with Nauset for several more games this season, and looking forward to calling those games for you here on the Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. But here today, on this New Year's Day, it is going to be a decision in favor of Brookline. The final score is 3-0. The game winner is going to go to Chris Hernandez, who scored in the first period, and the 2 additional goals, including the empty netter from Grayson Badger. Again, thanks so much for being with us for this Cape Cod High School Hockey Game of the Week. My name is Jim McCabe, and invite you again to tune in for the second half of this broadcast doubleheader for Cape Cod High School Hockey today on this New Year's Day. And it'll be Greater New Bedford at Bourne at 6 p.m. I'll be heading down or up or across, or however you say it, Route 6 to Gallo Arena for that one. And once again, the final here is 3-0 Brookline over Nauset. Thanks for watching and listening. Have a wonderful New Year Day, first day of the year, and we'll see you for the next one.